The Prime Minister has turned to Tony Abbott to try to salvage her asylum seeker policy. She wants to change the law to give the Immigration Minister the power to set up offshore processing centres. That would allow the government's Malaysia solution to be revived. But the opposition's not rushing to throw the Prime Minister a lifeline. Here's Chief Political Correspondent Mark Simpkin.
Order!
Julia Gillard needs Tony Abbott's help.
Order!
And she's got a funny way of asking for it.
Bleat, bleat, bleat from the opposition. Why do they come into this place and play this cheap politics with national interest? I detect hypocrisy here. And to the Leader of the Opposition's question, I say, as usual, he has missed the point.
Despite the crushing High Court decision, the government still thinks the only solution is a Malaysia solution.
Why is the Prime Minister persisting with a policy that has been rejected by the High Court and many in her own party, and which offends every principle that she has ever espoused?
To break the people smugglers' business model, you have to take away the product they sell.
They believe they are coming to Australia, but they end up somewhere else. It is a virtual turnaround of boats.
Labor will try to legislate around the High Court, amending the Migration Act so the government of the day can send asylum seekers wherever it wants to.
I am not asking Tony Abbott to give me any more power as Prime Minister than he would seek for himself if he were ever Prime Minister.
Julia Gillard prevailed after an early morning cabinet meeting and 2.5 hours of sometimes raucous caucus debate. The left argued for onshore processing, but didn't have the numbers.
I don't believe you should be cruel to people who are fleeing war, who are fleeing terrorism, who are fleeing violence. I just don't buy that argument.
Getting the New Deal through caucus could be easier than getting it through Parliament.
The Prime Minister is wrong. She is seriously wrong.
Malaysia is not offshore processing. Malaysia is offshore dumping.
The government thinks Tony Abbott will eventually get on board because he won't want to scuttle offshore processing. Chris Bowen's asked independent experts to check if the bills are legally watertight, and if they are, he'll introduce them to Parliament next week. Mark Simpkin, ABC News, Canberra.